We were in the living room, voices raised, tension crackling like static between us. What started as a simple disagreement, something as forgettable as dinner plans, spiraled quickly into familiar territory, deep wounds disguised as everyday annoyances. I was trying to explain how I felt diminished, how her constant sarcasm chipped away at me, left me feeling like less than I was. But she wasn't listening. She rarely did when things got serious. Her arms were folded across her chest, eyes already rolling before I'd finished my sentence. "You always take things too seriously," she snapped, dismissing my feelings like they were some inconvenience. I kept my tone even, not because I wasn't angry, but because I didn't want to be the one who crossed the line. I told her respect isn't optional in a relationship. It's the very foundation. She let out a laugh, the kind that doesn't hold humor, only condescension. And then she said it, words I wasn't ready for. "You really think you're my only choice?" She said it so casually, like she was reading a weather report, like it meant nothing. But it meant everything. Her tone was light, almost playful, but her words cut straight through me. I didn't respond. Not because I didn't understand, but because I did. That wasn't frustration talking. That was honesty. Cold, sharp, and long overdue. I sat still, staring at her. And in that quiet second, something inside me shifted. Every moment I had excused her cruelty. Every time I told myself she didn't mean it, that she was just blunt or tired or having a bad day, it all came crashing down. The truth was simpler than I wanted to believe. She didn't care if she hurt me. She just didn't care. She stood up and walked to the kitchen like she hadn't just cracked open reality of our entire relationship. I sat alone, listening to the fridge door open, the sound of a glass being filled. She moved through the house like I wasn't even there. And maybe in her mind, I hadn't been, not for a long time. When she came back, I asked her, "What did you mean by that?" She shrugged. "It's not like I don't have options." There was no jealousy in her voice, no warmth, no hesitation. It wasn't about love. It was about control. A reminder that she could walk away at any time, and that I should be grateful she hadn't. It wasn't even cruel. It was calculated, detached. I stood up, not in anger, but with a strange calm washing over me like a quiet tide. Something solid had settled in me. I'd been begging for scraps of respect when I should have walked the moment she laughed at my pain. So I told her, "If I'm not your only choice, maybe it's time you explore the others." Her expression faltered. She hadn't expected that. For the first time, she looked surprised, thrown off balance. She always believed I'd stay, no matter what. Maybe once, that had been true, but not anymore. I began collecting my things, just a few essentials. She stood there silently, arms now hanging by her sides like she didn't know what to do with them. "Wait, are you seriously leaving?" she asked, her voice smaller now, almost uncertain. "I'm not angry," I said. "I'm just done begging for respect. I won't fight to matter in someone's life when I'm seen as just an option." I didn't know where I was going, but I knew anywhere was better than where I was. She tried to laugh, made some weak joke to cut the tension, but her voice cracked mid-sentence. The air between us felt heavy, like a storm that had finally broken. As I reached the door, I turned back once. Respect doesn't come from fear or pride. It's given, freely. You never once tried. And then I left. No slamming doors. No dramatic exit. Just quiet, decisive freedom. That night, my heart ached, yes. But underneath the sorrow, there was something else. Relief. I had let go of someone who never truly saw me. And in that empty space she left behind, I found something far more valuable, self-respect. It was the first time in years I felt free. Weeks went by. She reached out occasionally, light-hearted messages, as if trying to hit reset, pretending nothing had happened. I never replied. I knew if I did, I'd get pulled back into old patterns. And I'd already fought too hard to climb out of them. One afternoon, I passed by a cafe we used to love. I didn't flinch. No ache. No regrets. Just peace. People say walking away is weakness. But the truth is, sometimes it's the bravest thing you'll ever do.